Hey my lovelies, welcome to the Guiding Chariot. This is TC. I am so glad to be here. I was hoping I would get this video up for Monday. Probably going to go up Monday night by the time it actually gets all uploaded and all that fun stuff. But yes, welcome to your weekly for, what is today? It was Monday. 19th? 19th? I'm pretty sure it's the 19th. You know me, one of these days I'll learn how to look at a calendar. Before we get started with our cards, which we will, I want to talk about the astrology for this week. So got some interesting aspects, and I don't mean interesting as in like they bring up weird stuff. Hi Leo. It's funny because we have a bunch of like newer aspects like semi-sextiles and quincunx. We have a lot of quincunx. I don't know what's going on. But there's a real interesting narrative going on above us this week. So, starting Monday on the 19th, yes, Monday on the 19th, Jupiter has been in a semi-sextile with Saturn. On Monday the 19th, it actually leaves this aspect, but I've seen it time and time again. Energy is usually the strongest when we enter a transit and then as we exit it. So this is kind of that last little push. And Jupiter semi-sextile, Saturn is all about bringing growth, especially steady growth. So probably ever since the beginning of July, which is when this semi-sextile kind of came into being. Yes, July was crazy for a lot of people. It shook up a lot of things. Thank you, eclipses for all of that. So since then, like since the beginning of July, there should have been, or if you think about it and look back, there has been steady growth from what was happening the beginning of July to what's going on now in the middle of August. So things got shooken up, and then slowly we had to like learn how to stand up, get back on our feet, start moving things forward again. All of that type of energy just to, you know, bring more expansion. It definitely took a lot of patience and perseverance as well. Coming up to Wednesday, that would make it the 21st, that's when things can get a little funky. And it's interesting because there's two transits that kind of will go, it's almost like you come out of this semi-sextile with Jupiter and Saturn, and you kind of either go left or right. Like there's kind of two paths. And these two planetary transits are kind of going to be playing with you to see, it's like the devil and the angel sitting on your shoulders. And it's trying to kind of see how you took that last transit. So we have, and it's funny because both of them happen on Wednesday. Both of these aspects go into effect. And they both happen relatively close. They happen early on Wednesday morning. So we have Mercury entering a quincunx with Saturn. I think it kind of goes into effect late Tuesday and then kind of peaks on Wednesday, something like that. But this is kind of if you didn't learn your lesson or you didn't take advantage of the growth and kind of heed the lessons that happened with this semi-sextile with Saturn. This energy can definitely bring up more negative thoughts, and it could make you, you know, a little more pessimistic or less trusting, and make you look at things with a little more of a cynical eye. Because again, Saturn's being triggered again, and by Mercury, so it's affecting our thought and how we communicate about things, how we interpret things, how we see things, and it's restricting them because of Saturn. So it's making them harder because Saturn's being negatively aspected. So, you know, if you didn't really take advantage or try to work through things or have the patience to kind of understand why things were working out a certain way, or why, you know, why we needed to put effort into something, and, you know, or why things had to end up this way. If you took the victim role, possibly, this particular aspect is going to make it real easy to just kind of expect or to create the worst case scenario, which never the right path for us, right? And then shortly after that, Mercury makes another aspect, except this time it makes a trine to Jupiter. This is all about optimism. Jupiter is our most benefic planet. It's always trying to give us gifts and growths and abundance. So this is a great time to kind of take what you learned since the beginning of July and all through eclipses and all that crazy shenanigans I went through. This is really a great time to connect and to, you know, start making decisions on what you've learned, how you're going to use that to move forward, what you're going to apply that to, and just kind of getting to understand who you are now after all of these changes, after all of the things that have gone on. You know, how do you move forward from here, and starting to develop a plan to make that happen. All right. Following shortly after that, we have Mercury making another quincunx. Again, all these weird aspects we're making this week. Quincunx to Neptune. Neptune, our planet of fantasy and dreams and intuition and sensitivity. Making this quincunx to Mercury, it can make this kind of thought realm a little hazy and a little fuzzy. I would say since Mercury's is a real busy planet this week, but Mercury, as you're trying to create these new processes, especially as you start to look at it, you know, through Mercury's really logical, analytical mind, Neptune kind of gets in the way of that, and I want to say can almost ramp up your imagination, where it's hard to kind of stick to this, you know, analytical mindset. You know, so you may have to kind of push through some of that fog, just because it's just going to make things a little more difficult to understand. And again, these hard aspects don't pose a challenge just to make life hard. It forces you to put more focus and more attention there. So it's almost like Neptune is like, I'm going to make this real hazy, so you really have to strain your eyes. I want you to think real hard and real carefully about what you're trying to plan, what decisions are trying to be made. I want you to really focus in. So to do that, I'm going to make it harder to see, so you really need to lean into this. And then by the time we get to the end of the week, all of that kind of releases. I would say after Friday, once we get to the weekend, things are pretty chill. No major aspects this weekend. We do have our third quarter moon, so we're getting our way up to the new moon for the month, which is super exciting. You know me, I love me some moon cycles. If I can't do it, I have some plans on Friday, but if I can do it maybe Thursday night, depending what I'm doing. I kind of want to do, I liked what I mentioned in the last video about how maybe doing a reading for each of the moon cycles. That kind of excites me. I love doing things based on the moon cycles, so that might be a thing. So there may be 2 readings this week. Who knows? We're going to get back into a good routine again. But that's kind of what's going on above us for the week. Because it's kind of wonky, I'm going to move you to the side. I thought I would pull some different decks out. So I have the Mystical Moments Oracle. We'll pull a couple from these. And it's just, because it just, you know, made an interesting, or pulled an interesting chord in me to see all these. We're going to keep that. I don't know why that one hit me. But it hit an interesting chord in me, seeing all these unusual aspects. You know, it's not your normal, you know, here's a trine, here's a square. You know, it's all these like quincunx and semi-sextiles. So I wanted to pull out our mystical moments and see what other mystical moments were being inspired. Oh, you know what, that gives us a grand total of 3. Let's take these bad boys. Get those out of the way. Alright, so oh, I love this card. Alright, so this is the one that decided to flip out during the shuffle. So we got Night Ride. I've actually never seen this card. This is a beautiful card. 46 Night Ride. I'm going to pull these from the book so we get a little description from them, but that is super cute. Let me get this deck out of the way. Move you over, Mr. Night Ride. Bloom, which we've had many times before. Another great card. Speaking to creation and imagination. And then number 50, the Observer. I love this, especially when I was talking about, you know, now is this time to make a decision. This makes me think of the Neptune aspect we have. I'm going to keep talking as I go look for the book, because I think I left it across the room. Here it is. And I'm back. But this makes me think of that Neptune aspect. Because again, we're going to want to be analytical and logical about these plans. Neptune kind of gets in the way, makes it foggy. It's almost like having a dirty lens. So you have to lean in, wipe that lens off, focus it a little bit. You know, I almost want to say towards the end of the week before we hit the weekend. So like, you know, Wednesday to Friday probably. You know, it's going to be a good time to observe and take in more information and really take some time to think about this decision and what we're putting into it, what we're getting out of it, how we want to move forward, versus just kind of like, okay, aim, shoot. You really want to take it in and look through that lens a little longer and really make sure you've set up the perfect shot. I think it'll go a long way. Alright, I really need to look at this Night Ride because I am so stoked by this card. I love owls, I love elephants, I love nighttime because that's when I can see the moon. This is, oh my god, I think this is my new favorite card from this deck.
Is Bub in there?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Alright, so card stands for Protector, Wonder in the Night, Big Brother, and Friendship. Beautiful card to start our week with. An elephant transports 2 owls on his back, a mother with her young bird child. Protectively, she has folded her wing over the young owl's head. The elephant rides through the night, blowing stars up into the sky through his trunk. That's awesome! Connected with magic and wonder, the elephant is a protector, a strong shoulder to lean on in all times. Even during dark times, you can feel safe and secure beside him. Love, love, love this. So, ideas of protection. I almost want to say like this is giving me like travel, because again, all these plans we're developing are all about moving forward. It's all about our progression. We've gone through all these aspects. We've gone through Jupiter retrograde, trying to find our truth. Now that we're in possession of it, what do we do with it? How do we utilize it? How does it support our abundance as well as our community, right? And we have Bloom. I might as well read these 3. Why not? We haven't used this deck in a while. Never hurts to have a little refresh. Bloom. So this guy, all about self-confidence, femininity, as we can see this lovely female, individual fulfillment. This card, literally, this woman, I'm gonna zoom in on her face. Look at her, how confident she is. I hope the card will, or the camera will focus on it. All about her certainty and her confidence. Everything that she desires, dreams of, planning is literally coming into bloom. You can see how her hair is almost extending. You know, as she's thinking these thoughts, they're taking sprout and growing leaves and blossoming. There's also this idea of, you know, kind of connecting with nature and this inner strength that's just an inherent part of you that's kind of blooming. And, you know, what future achievements will they bloom into? What are we trying to create from, you know, literally nothing? This, to me, this card is really about taking thought and manifesting it into physical form. So it's starting in her head, and her belief and faith in it literally helps it to take root and sprout and grow. All right. The Observer. Oh my god, keywords: patience, awareness, and focus. Literally everything we talked about. So literally, I'm not even going to worry about reading it, but it's about, you know, being quiet, being peaceful, observing, taking the time to take note. Again, looking through that lens and really making sure that you've kind of captured the right shot, or just waiting for the right moment where, you know, that bird kind of swoops in from the left and lands on that branch. You know, it's like all the pieces come together and you're just waiting for that exact moment. And to find it, you just kind of sit in calmness and be present. You know, don't get distracted. Don't get, you know, don't look away from the camera and miss that moment. Oh, I love this narrative. Makes me so happy. All right, let's move these guys on the side. So, Knight Rider, security, protection. It totally feels about like moving forward. Confidence and faith in what you're building, what you're manifesting, what is now starting to sprout. And the Observer, having patience, taking that right opportune moment, not letting yourself get distracted. Alright, and then I grabbed the Animal Spirit Oracle. If you saw my interactive reading today on Instagram, if not, check it out at The Guiding Chariot. For some reason, I normally label the face down cards, you know, just A, B, and C, like nothing cray. Today was the first time, I believe it's the first time I've chosen 4 cards before. Oh, this deck doesn't like to be shuffled this way. Alright, we'll cut you. I hear you. I also see that first cut. Alright, we'll take you. I see you in there. What was I saying? Can't remember. Alright, we'll take you too. I see you. Alright, one more. But yeah, today was the first day I chose 4, and then I labeled it with Animal Spirits. I didn't want to label it ABC. So, interesting day for readings. But because of that, I chose this Animal Spirit Oracle. You know, because we got 3, maybe they line up together. Stop it! You're hilarious. Oh my god, you're gonna die when you see this. Did you want to go outside, Leo? No? You're just hanging out back there? Alright, sorry, Leo's meowing behind me. I don't know if you heard that. You guys are gonna die when you see the animals. So first one, elephant spirit, number 25. All about it. We're gonna put you two together. Love that. Learning from the past. You know, we talked about all these transits, all this clearing we did from July, maybe for some of you even in June, but July I know was intense. So a lot of that, taking what we learned. And again, I talked about the Jupiter, when Jupiter was in retrograde. That whole aspect was about, or that whole movement was all about finding your truth. What really is your truth? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you happy where you are? If not, what would make you happy? Where are you meant to be? To me, this progression is about moving forward beyond that, learning from what you've gone through in the past month or two. And then we get Knight Rider, or Knight Rider on top of that, which speaks to protection. You are safe, you are guided, you are supported through this movement. And then we have Hummingbird Spirit. How cute is that? I'm gonna put that right next to Bloom. Oh, and then prompt is be here now. So again, presence, confidence, you know, hummingbird attracted to these lovely blossoms for nectar. So be here in the now. What is it you want to create now? What are we working on now? What effect can we have in the present moment? And then last but not least, we have Giraffe Spirit. Giraffe Spirit, the prompt says, what is it? See the big picture. See the big picture. What is the picture you're trying to take? Don't get distracted by these little blades of grass, because if you zoom out, you can see the whole landscape. That's where we're trying to achieve this big, grand achievement. You know, what's that phrase? Can't see the forest through the trees. We want to look at the forest. We're not playing this small little game anymore, or we're not worrying about these little mini details. You know, we're talking about the direction of our life. You know, the course we want to take. You know, moving out of this moment of self-discovery. Oh, makes me happy. Makes me very, very happy. All right. And then this is the Starman Oracle. It's a real fun, edgy deck, and with all these funny aspects, I was like, no, let's shake it up a bit. All right, Spirit. What do we need to know about this week? What messages and what guidance do you have for all of us? Oh, this will be a fun message. I had this like weird twitch in my thumb. All right. Let's pull, well, you know me, my happy number 6. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords. Speaking to some conflict. Let's see what's going on, shall we? I want to say this is conflict we've overcome. This is some struggle. This may be of what happened in July. So first card out, 7 of Pentacles. Big theme of patience going on here. 7 of Pentacles, all about patience. And literally one of the big things I always talk about with this card, it's about all the work being done already. Because here, you know, normally this is someone who's like tilled the fields, we've watered the plants, you know, we threw down the fertilizer, you know, we waited for the right time to plant so everything would line up. Now we're just waiting for the blossoms to grow. Excuse me. You know, and I love the particular depiction here. You can see that that flower is already kind of broken through ground. So I want to say what it is that you've been waiting for is already starting to bear fruit. It's already peeking through. It may not be the full, you know, full physical form of it, but it's already started to crack through. It's already started to push through the ground. So you can already see little bits of it. 7 of Pentacles to 7 of Cups. Could be a little confusion. Could still be kind of figuring some things out. Makes sense. We have that Mercury aspect. You know, one way is pretty clear, one way is kind of foggy, and then we hit that quincunx with Neptune that just rolls the fog in. So definitely could still be confused about some of the shifts we made. But here we have the Starman. This is the magician of this deck. Again, wielding the power of all the elements, having the world and all its wonders at your control, under your will. So yes, there may be some confusion. We may not exactly know how to wield this power, but we are in possession of it. So there's no need to be hasty and make a rash decision, because we have all the time we want. If we need to sit back and think a little bit longer and decide which cup we're about to drink from, that's okay. Again, we control the universe. There's nothing rushing us. We can do what we want when we get the Starman. Another 5. Here we have the 5 of Wands. This is internal conflict. Where this is external, 5 of Wands is internal. So this is dealing with someone else coming for you, someone, you know, could even be pointing, you know, harsh words or lies, anything in your direction. 5 of Wands, we're trying to figure this out. We're trying to sort this out on an internal level. Why did that affect me so much? You know, should I let it affect me? Oh my God, what do I do about this? How do I go about this? What if I pick the wrong cup? Blah, 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 blah. Again, more cloud and confusion. Oh, fuck me. And then we get the Star card. Hope, optimism, and again, that guiding light. And to me, the Star card, it's not necessarily a card that's sudden, but to me, this card is literally like, it's an aha moment. It's like the way literally just lights up. You know, this is our guiding star. This is the way forward. You know, this is that light that gets us through the fog, through the darkness. To me, this is almost the voice that lifts you up out of this internal struggle. This is like a fight that's going on within you, this 5 of Wands. You know, especially with these two, it's almost like you went through this struggle with another person or another group of people or a situation and a circumstance. Now that you're out of that, you're kind of reeling with the consequences or, you know, the ramifications of decisions or actions taken, you know, possibly in July, dealing with this 5 of Swords. And so now it's like, did I do the right thing? Could I have done it differently? Should I have done it that way? You know, is it too late to change my mind? You know, there's a lot. Oh my God, look. Even underneath that, you have the 5 of Cups, feeling like, you know, something was lost. Feeling like you missed something. Or something's been taken away that you're mourning and feeling sad about. Oh, we haven't even talked about the last card. I'm already looking bottom of the deck. I'm too excited. Okay, we're gonna talk about those in a bit. Yes, I'm totally fine with this. 10 of Swords. I actually am kind of happy to see this card. I know 10 of Swords, normally a painful card, definitely doesn't look the most comfortable. One thing I like about this card, it does show, I'm going to close in a little bit, it does show a separation of the individual. It's kind of like there's the ego on the one side getting stabbed, and then there's like you kind of coming out of this free and separated. So it's like destroying the old self or killing off that circumstance that made me feel a certain way, you know, letting us live this new life. So we've reached an end of this old cycle, an end of this old threat, and now we are free from it. We can see differently. We can live this new life. Oh, I love. And then I know it's not the star, but I'm like looking at this card and you can see this face silhouette in the back. And I almost feel like this is the star. You can see that light behind her. You know, she's kind of like, it's okay, come this way. Leave that body to die. You don't need it anymore. That's over and done with. Come this way. There's even that little lightning bolt coming towards this new version. Just kind of pulling. Oh my God, and look, the star has lightning on it too. Oh my God, I'm all about it. All about it. Okay, let's look at this bottom of the deck and then we'll wrap it up. So we talked about the 5 of Swords, talked about the 5 of Cups. Then we have the Temperance card, all about divine timing, elements coming together, which is why we need to be patient. We have the High Priestess after that. To me, that's really playing with this 5 of Wands and the star. This is your intuition telling you, that little voice inside that's telling you to be optimistic, trust me, have faith, things are going to work out. And then look what you find. The 10 of Pentacles. Abundance in any form. Even behind that, you have the Judgment, which is about finding your calling, finding your purpose, finding your path. Also have the Lovers card, so divine unions could be happening. And major transformation here with the Death card. Oh my God, so freaking stoked. So stoked. Can't even stand it. Alright, summing it up, obviously. Lot to just kind of be present with. There's a lot of energy and information flowing all around us right now. Some of it great, some of it confusing, some of it just way too beyond us at the moment. So take what you've learned, really lean on that. Who you are, who you've become, who you've discovered you want to be. Be here in the now, holding that feeling. This is who I am, this is what I want, this is how I'm going to make it happen. You know, the answers will be made clear. Just give it time. Be patient and think big picture. Don't get caught up in the day-to-day, the little minute, little details and eccentricities. Think big picture. We're looking globally. Because if you back up far enough, you'll see this pattern play out. You'll see where you finally reach the end of the road in some situations. Some of you, this may have already happened. I feel like for some of you, you're already at the end of this. We're just kind of stuck wondering, what's next? Where do I go now? How do I fully make this disconnect? I feel like the old person, that old side has died, but maybe we're almost still touching. We're still connected. How do I fully break and start this new path? The answer will come, and it most likely will come through your intuition, through your inner voice. We have that High Priestess here, and this star is calling out to you. Again, we have that like lightning bolt from the star just kind of hitting you, and it's like that sudden inspiration that just hits you, and you're like, ah, I got it. Yes, we're going this way. Why? Because whatever I want is down this road. Like, it's just that sudden moment of clarity. Ooh, oh, I like this reading. Oh, this is why I miss doing dailies. Ugh, I need to figure out my schedule so we can spend more time like this together. Plus, if I do them daily, then they won't be as long. Holy snap. I just realized what time it was. All right. Okay. Oh my god, I literally could sit here and pull more cards. I don't even want to stop talking. But I will, otherwise this video will literally go on forever. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, thank you for being patient as I just figure out this crazy life and how and when I'm going to fit this all in, but I appreciate those of you who continue to look forward to my videos. I promise I'm going to get this sorted out and figure this out. But amazing week ahead. Just be present, enjoy the moments, follow those happy feelings. They are going to guide you forward if you're stuck in this Seven of Cups moment, if you're feeling really confused. Those things that light your heart on fire, that's where that hummingbird is getting triggered. So just be present. When you feel that, you've hit a good note. That's a sign that something good has happened, all right? You know, and honestly, we got a lot of 5s and a lot of 7s in this reading. So you could even take that. Because look, we had 50, we had 5, 34 reduces to 7, 25 reduces to 7. You know, we had the 2 7 of Cups, we had the 2 5s. Actually, we had the 3 5s because you had the 5 of Cups underneath the 5 of Swords. 10, you know, so it's like a double. Legit. 5s, 7s may be a good number to kind of keep an eye out for, because that may be a little trigger of its own. That could be a little message from Spirit for us. Be like, hey, this is a thing. Pay attention to this. All right? All right, my loves. As always, it has been a pleasure sharing this with you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you took something away from it. As always, I love connecting with you guys and hearing from you. So if you have anything to share, hit me up in the comments. You can hit me up at Instagram. You can DM me at The Guiding Chariot. And like I said, I posted the weekly IG, the interactive read. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. It's the latest post, so feel free. Pick your card, see what you get. May give you a little extra info on this read and help you kind of figure out what is really meant for you. And as always, send you guys all my love. Thank you, and I will see you in our next video. Okay, bye.